Hey Ron, hey Deep.
Hey, everyone.
Hey,
Hey guys. Boris, where are you?
This week at home, I'm walking the dog.
All right. Happens every 6 months.
At the moment, feels like it. Yeah, I haven't been home in 3.5 weeks, something like that.
Man.
It's not my
Well
favorite.
done.
It's not my favorite.
Well, more to happen. So if it makes you feel any better, this will probably be the last RSA conference.
Well, there you go.
Quantum after the meeting last week at InfraGard on post-quantum encryption, it sounds to me like RSA is going to need to rebrand.
Yeah. Nah, it's gonna be post quantum RSA. Don't worry, they'll figure it out. Somebody in marketing will figure it out.
That's right. That's right. Ricardo,
hey,
can you do this?
you
You
want
got
me to do it?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, sounds good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Adele.
Hey, Adel.
How
Hey.
how's the tariffs affecting our internet connections? Anyone's bills going up? Like, oh man.
Crazy.
You laugh, but we're not that far off from you can't come to my part of the internet unless.
I know. It's troubling to say the least.
Are we back to net neutrality stuff?
What is old is new.
All right, so if you can, all of you add yourself as an attendee on this document. Then we're gonna get started.
Can you put that document in the chat? Sorry.
Yeah, I just did.
It was already there.
Oh, I see. Maybe I joined just right now, so I couldn't see it.
It's also linked under the bookmarks if you ever forget.
Oh, I think I know why I can't see it. Chat is disabled by my org. That's why. Let me get it from the website.
Yeah, some highly regulated organizations disable it.
And I happen to be part of one of them. Nice to meet you all, by the way. I'm Ali. Just
We'll do a round of intros like real quick. So for the newcomers, we have some new people here. All right, so yeah, let's get started. So let's do a real quick round of intros. Hopefully not actually take a long time. But yeah, so this is just a quick intro for other new folks to know who you are and other folks to get an opportunity to learn about you. All right, Deep, how are you? Quick intro.
Oh yeah, good morning. Yeah, so I work for Cisco Data Center Security, mostly data center application security. And in this group, I have taken charge of Cloud Native AI Security White Paper. So please go through it. It's available. It's under review. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Going next, Ricardo Ervina. I'm at CNCF TOC as a shadow. I also work for Snowflake full time. I've been in this group since the beginning. I'm one of the leads, and yeah, happy to be here. And we'll go with Pedro Ignacio.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I know some of you. I'm Pedro. I'm based in Brazil. I work as a DevOps engineer at a bank called Itaú, which is a Brazilian bank. I've been involved on the tech security mostly, and have been helping deep with the AI security white paper. And I'm just trying to join you guys more constantly here on the AI work group.
Perfect. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Ron.
It's me. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. I am Ron, one of the volunteers around here. And yeah, run a lot of meetings. So if anyone is interested in AI and meetings, I probably have one for you. So that's it.
Awesome. Talia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Talia Hooker, and I am from Red Hat, and I've been working on several inner source projects related to hybrid cloud, and now with Anka, Vika, and the team on compliance for AI. So.
Great. Welcome. Vikas.
Yeah, hi. I'm Vikas Agrawal from IBM Research in India. I work mainly on the compliance side, but here we are trying to look the best practices and benchmarks for AI workloads and AI risks. Thank you.
Thank you. Raghu Shankar.
Yeah, this is Raghu. I'm an entrepreneur right now. Researching cloud native architectures and specifically AI, and see how these architectures can be built. Before that, I was at Dell and Intel.
Awesome. Thanks. Anka.
Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm distinguished engineer at IBM. My focus is on compliance digitization, and joined the group here to help with artifacts for compliance for AI. And of course, working with the group that Talia and Vikas mentioned on the new best practices paper.
Awesome. Thank you, Adel.
Yeah, hey everyone. I'm Adel Zalouk. So my day job is I work as a product manager working with AI stuff at Red Hat. And I'm also one of the co-leads for this working group. So good to meet you all.
Good to meet you. Claudia.
Yeah, my turn. Hi everyone, I'm Claudia Misalem from IBM Research in New York. I work on Kubernetes and OpenShift platforms for running AI workloads and do observability.
Great, thanks. Boris.
Yeah, hi everybody. Name is Boris. I currently work at Teleport, which is an identity security company. And I'm a resident red pan wielder and rock thrower at our outputs.
Awesome. You've been teleported here too, right?
Yeah, I will be teleported over there soon.
Yeah, all right. Ali.
Hey, I'm Ali. I work at BlackRock within our cloud native platform team, setting up the Kubernetes-based platform for all of our product engineering teams. We are starting to set up our AI ML platform as well. So ran into you guys at KubeCon, so thought.
Awesome. Thank you. And finally, Gopal.
Hello, everyone. This is Gopal. I'm a consultant working in the Netherlands with Devo team. And I'm here for the first time with this group. I was involved a bit with the platforms working group from TAG App Delivery, and I'm interested in some of the recent discussions that I saw in Slack. So looking to see where I can get involved.
Perfect. Thank you. So we'll go through some of the items now. Anybody has, before we get started, anybody has anything that they'd like to add or something that they want to talk about based on what they learned at KubeCon? Just actually, before we get started, I thought that we'll give everybody a chance to bring something up from KubeCon.
I can share
Josh,
Ricardo, that I've seen a lot of interest on the actual guidelines, right, and guardrails. Not necessarily compliance, but in the larger sense, I see people becoming aware of the need for this type of tools as part of the underlying infrastructure.
Great. Yes. I think it's moving forward, so it's a good thing to see. Anybody else?
I got some from Josh, who's not here. Sorry, this is over in the chat, so I'll try to quickly distill it. For those who don't know Josh, Josh is a regular member. He works at the office of the CTO of Cisco. I believe he's in Munich, but he's traveling today. So his thoughts. He said there was an overview of Slinky providing Slurm operators. Slurm is, for those who don't know, a type of scheduler, and now it's been integrated with Kate's a little bit more. So that's something that comes up around here. So if you're interested in, scheduling workloads, so he apparently says there's a Slinky overview. The Gateway API that Google showcased provided some nice capabilities in terms of path ruling for backend models. Still missing ability to perform further advanced tuning, such as provisioning caching settings. NVIDIA team provided an overview direction that is headed with DRA and Kate's. Again, another kind of resource management technology that's part of Kubernetes. If you have not heard of DRA, that's something you may want to look into. Bloomberg showcased their current training setup, which include procedures to bump lower priority training jobs during critical executions. Again, if you're not catching the theme here from Josh's notes, scheduling, improvements in physical topology mappings and grouping of common training workloads, showcased to avoid having split load allocation, unnecessary fabric usage across nodes. Again, scheduling. The KubeEdge project using Wasm Edge showed promising activity that they'll be doing domain of SLMs on the edge for joint inferencing in extremely small form factors. So if any of that is Greek to you, Wasm is a kind of a runtime engine that's associated with a lot of web apps. KubeEdge is a related project to the usage of this kind of tech. And so he's saying that smaller form factors for inference based systems on the edge. And there's also a big focus on OTel in the domain of explainability and observability for AI. Ongoing work happening in semantic conventions in the AI space. So thank you, Josh. You're not here, but as you could hear from his notes, most of them are around scheduling, which we'll touch on again in just a moment. So, thanks, Ricardo.
Hey, what you said? You mentioned Kate's. How do you spell it? Sorry.
The letter K, the number 8,
Okay.
and the letter S.
8.
Yeah, because in Kubernetes there's 8 letters.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, when you meant K8S, you're basically meant Kubernetes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. Got it. I mean, I seen it. I thought this is another new tool that has come up that does scheduling very fast or something. Okay. Sorry about that.
There also is probably that as well.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks.
There is a joke about it from Joe Beda. something back in the day. I'll find it kind of history for it.
Heaps. Anyways, thanks everyone. So let's continue and with the next item in the meeting. Okay, so we have a bunch of items here. Does anybody have any comments about these? Some of these will be changed. I guess they're not going to be changed because they're under project. So I was thinking about the tag reboot the CNCF TOC is doing. But this working group will remain as it is. So
yeah, Deep, you want to go on the security white paper?
Sure, yeah. Well, guys, so thank you those who have reviewed this paper. Boris, a special thank you to you. Your review is kind of amazing. And the inline suggestions, I think I had not seen as many read actually. So that's pretty great. But you know, one of the I think couple of comments which I have received is that of course document is bulky, so it has to be reduced. I seriously believe that the document can be reduced from about 65 page to 45 page. I always believe that the agent section and the model security sections can be cut whole lot to make it crisp and clear. But there was another thought that keep the content now and float it for review and let's see what happens and then
I
change.
think
So
that
I can.
this is not the right document.
Okay, let me send the link. Oh, oh, that's not going there. Okay, here in the chat. Just a minute. So this is the document. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, so document is bulky basically. So while bulky part can be reduced to 40 or 45 pages, I'm pretty sure I can do that. And in fact, I have already modified 2 sections and with great, reduction with keeping the same clarity, etc. But there is another suggestion that split the document in 2 or 3. And I'm confused if we start doing that, either we start all over afresh or the overarching scope of this document where you want to provide a scoop of all of the things involved with the CNI security, that would be lost. So what do you think? So that is the first thing I would like to know from you. And the second thing is that I received certain comments from tax security folks that, this new tag reboot and other stuff require a new initiative or new procedure for a white paper. So I'm just wondering what exactly you expect me to do in this regard, or some of you are already taking care of this with TOC?
I think I'm in the TOC already, so let's just keep going the way it is right now. So we'll continue to do the work, and in parallel they can do their process. So this should not actually block anything that we're doing, right? So yeah, and regarding the scope, I think in my opinion we should keep it as it is, because there is always going to be scope creep, and for those items we can actually talk about a different document or a different white paper or whatever. But like whatever we have now, I think we need to just keep it the way it is and try to push towards that. That's my opinion. But like other folks can also chime in.
I second all of that.
Yeah,
I
I just
feel like the paper is way too deep to be split it up now.
Yeah,
it's
I
taking
have a
very long to get here. Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Sorry for interjecting.
That was it. Just it's taken a while to get here, and to try to distill it down now will add another however long. And I think it's about time we pushed out some new material.
Yeah, so I took a high-level round of review on this. I guess the proposal to divide into multiple document makes less sense to me at this point. However, I have found some duplicate information around, like you go a lot on WAN and networking and IPv6 and all these things, which is good background that you can reference, but I think that the paper can be leaner in that regard for many of the things. But otherwise, I think that especially the AI agent section has valuable content. It's just too much networking
Yeah, I
related.
think yeah, Adele, I think I had seen that comment, and so I think agents and model security both. I have already a lean version. So agent has gone to 3.5 pages as opposed to 8. So there are a lot.
Okay.
I think this was a rough draft, and there was a thought that keep it and let's have the review and then change. So that's what is going on here. So that's a good comment. But yeah, I think that we understand and we are taking care of it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And if you
I'll
change
add
now,
it
I think
as
with
well.
my experience with other papers is that if you do any concrete changes like or forklifting changes, it will not finish and just keep bundling on and on. So having something is better than optimizing for the perfect.
Yeah, I to that point, I want to just add one more thing. Deep, you probably remember this, but there is another paper in the pipeline around security. Vikas put it in there in our last meeting, so it's in the backlog. So it's just, if anything, it's just to prove the point. There's always going to be more security and other things. So I think you're doing a great job. Just I think it's just push it through and let's just get it out. It'll never be perfect on day one, and there can always be a version 2. So it's great.
Yeah, and I do believe that so while this document can be made leaner, and I think the lean version is coming next week, including all of these review which you see. I can do that, and that is anywhere between 40 to 45 pages. But I do believe that when I was cutting agent section and so on, I mean, if anybody want, we can actually have a new what we call white paper detail for about AI agent itself and security.
Yes,
That's something for the
that's coming.
future.
Yes, we've already been talking about that. So
Okay.
yeah, just take those 8 pages, put them in a new doc, and share the link. Yeah, we'll totally agree.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, yeah, let's try to keep constrained too and try to, set a deadline. Some of these things are moving really fast, so we also want to maximize the impact that these things have.
Yeah.
So like, last year, 2 years ago, people were talking about RAG a lot, and now this year, a lot of people are talking about agentic workflows, agentic apps, and next year, people are going to be talking about like different things. So I think we need to think about the impact in also and just balance it out, right?
Yeah.
Adele
Agree.
just
So
put it in the chat. Yeah.
yeah, updated version is coming next week. The crisp and clear and review incorporated version. So you will have it pretty soon.
Or if anyone noticed all the Boris edits, that's a company I just launched, and for $20 a month, you can pay me, and I will turn loose the Boris bot on your papers.
He turned on the Olama.
I think, side note, some of the sections where Boris is pointing to some language or grammar. So what I do is now that I write a paragraph and tell GPT fix it, okay? And specifically fix the language and the grammar. And then I will read it. I'll make it simple because sometimes GPT uses the same words again and again and so on. So now I'm confused whether Boris is making it better or ChatGPT. Basically, what I'm trying to understand is where exactly ChatGPT is getting those ideas from.
So what I'm trying to do with like a lot of the grammar stuff is to just have us use the same grammar. Because again, there is, I think, 89 pages when I read this, and we're obviously many contributors here with many backgrounds in mastery of American English. We had this last time, like with the last paper, we had some British editors who were doing one thing. We had some, again, American English. So that was what my grammar corrections that are in there are for. Everything else, content-wise, is more about making it so like I rewrote the DNS thing and the IPv6 sections like probably 4 or 5 times to try to get them to sound a little more tied in than they were. So like some of it is rewrite, some of it is just cleaning up and making sure that we are all using top to bottom the same grammar. So I don't think that unless you feed the whole paper and then ask ChatGPT to write a paragraph in that same voice, you're ever going to get the right quote unquote grammar there.
No, that's great. I think your comments and everybody review comment, etc. is great. And I think I'm working on it. And I think, yeah, agent section, I already had a separate document and reduced it, but I'll take your comment and make it that way and rather crisper.
Awesome. Anything else on the security white paper? Now we can move on to the scheduling white paper.
So this one will be short and sweet. Unless somebody jumps in right now, we have lost contact with Cameron. So I'm not sure what's going on. It's been months at this point. And so just curious, did anyone happen to run into him in London? Because he said he was attending. But I doubt it, given he's been incognito. So I'm going to take this back over. And just a reminder, anyone was curious, we were at the point of reflowing it, like just kind of what Deep's doing, just clean it up, like Boris said, get it in one voice. We're not looking to add things at this point. And so that's what's going to happen to this paper. Because same thing, it's been around for a year now, a year and a half. So it's time to get it out there if it still stands.
Yeah. Oh, going back to the security white paper and maybe this white paper together, I think it would be good to kind of set a deadline when we want to publish. Maybe a month from now or something like that, right? So that actually gives us a target, right? So,
I will have it rewritten before the end of the month, ready to get CNCF'd. Is that a verb? whatever they do.
published CNCF. Yes. Yeah. Great. Okay. So anything on this white paper anybody else wants to discuss, or you, Ron, anything do you want to bring up?
No, this is just the dirty work at this point, since we're not going to be adding more stuff to it of any consequence. Yep.
Awesome.
Maybe
Okay.
Josh from KubeCon, he had a lot of scheduling interest, it seems. This would be like a good person to maybe reach out to about this.
Yep. Right. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't. Do you have something? I mean, I was just gonna move on to the next.
Well, I
item.
wanted to bring up. I think I wanted to put it in the board, but I raised an issue. I don't know if this is like you're still at the board level or you moved on. It's not yet in the board, but I'm planning to add it. So I raised an issue about MCP. Basically MCPing the cloud native ecosystem, where I don't know, someone pointed out there's a lot of scattering around Kubernetes API servers, which is something I've been also noticing, but also like for the entire ecosystem, there's security, there's observability. People will be building MCP servers. I think it's a good time to start identifying curated servers or one server per category for each of those, and starting to push folks to contribute to it. Probably people are interested, lots of people are interested in this topic. So I'm sure for each category, we can find someone who would be interested to contribute this. So this is something I raised an issue for. I wanted to bring and see what people think about it.
I can add one quick note here. I added initial support for MCP to Kate's GPT a couple weeks ago. So if anybody who's interested in knowing what it looks like if you haven't done it yet, I can show you, at least from my point of view, what it took to MCPify something.
Yeah, let me put the link also to the issue here in case people are.
I think I found it.
I sent it in the chat.
This guy.
Yeah. So the idea is, to go over the ecosystem and build this. I think as a CNI, we are a cross-cutting working group, and this falls very much within the scope of this group to kind of drive. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, there are multiple server implementations, and ideally we standardize on one or two, or ideally one, right? But like, but hopefully we can bring community members together to
Yeah, and
standardize.
these ones are just for Kubernetes. There are others for like things like multi-cluster, kubectl, and Ron mentioned Kate's GPT, which I think it's a Kubernetes. It's also falling into the Kubernetes cluster kind of like things. But other categories also have MCP servers and will have MCP servers, and there will be a lot of those. So the question is like when someone in the community deciding which server to use, will look at contributors, they will look at other things like having either curating those or having one for representation for each that the community would rally after is what I'm trying to kind of like.
We should also consider the client. I would actually argue client would be the first related work because people are going to want to enable AI versus maybe be a tool right off the bat as well, right?
Yeah, so that is a parallel topic as well. Like which clients do you use? Most of the frameworks today have clients or build big clients, including OpenAI and others. So I guess clients will streamline themselves. I think it's a problem that will solve itself because of how important it is. The problem is that people also now, because it's very easy now with SDKs to write, I say very easy. It's easier than November to write an MCP server. People are starting to write a lot of MCP servers, so they're going crazy. But the centralization for clients are happening at the framework level for like things like LangChain, Llama Index, Llama Stack. All of these have clients for MCP. So people using those frameworks will get client support by default.
Yeah, I'm thinking more of the actual CNCF tools because those aren't, in LangChain, right? I just did a survey of 190 projects and only one was using AI, right? So I hear what you're saying, but I think the current batch of actual landscape projects don't have either.
There is to your point. I think that boils down to Go supportability and for client MCPs. There is a huge issue with about like 300 interactions and likes on it to support the Go, like to build the Go MCP. Google actually will build that. So Google committed to building that to the community. And once this happened, I think from the client perspective, probably everyone would be able to bake in clients into their Go native tooling.
Right.
I don't think we have a bunch of clients or frameworks that are written natively in Go, so this will unblock that. But we can track that as well as a related issue for sure.
Right.
Let me find the link to that. I don't know if I have the link handy, but
so looking at all these, they're very similar, right? So they're all like
yeah, that's the problem.
connected to Kubernetes cluster and basically analyzing, looking at pods, look at services and whatever Kubernetes resources a cluster may have.
I mean, the parts that we're going to be able to really contribute here, other than maybe helping standardize, or things like if you use standard IO, I would hazard a guess many projects wouldn't know what it meant to integrate a tool over standard IO because that's in your operating environment, right? So us providing like a blog of like, hey, you're in Kubernetes, this is what this means to your CI/CD setup, right? If you're going to use these things, or if you're using SSE, right? Oh, your app never did tokens before. Well, guess what? Now you're doing tokens, right? So like I think there's just going to be, and the good news is that stuff is really just basic computer tech, stuff. But if you never done it, you never done it, right? So I think it's just those are going to be the blog posts, right? That hopefully we contribute as well. It's just
so
explanation.
So there's enablement, and then that's to your point, like getting content out there about the use of MCPs with cloud native and how and where. That is like enablement, but then like at the tech level, the standardization part is like, yeah, so two are important. And then if you standardize and enable and first, or enable first and standardize, both have value, except like, you know, people are just writing ad hoc stuff right now.
Yep.
Right. All right, so that's just something that we'll.
It's funny because the MCP itself was supposed to be like a protocol or like a standard. So now people have created MCP servers across the board. Now we're trying to standardize, like, yeah, you know, it's
Standardize on the standard.
yeah.
Okay, cool. One more item that maybe just wanted to bring up. There's some work going on OCI model spec, so feel free to take a look at that. So I brought together a bunch of folks around this. There's the GitOps folks, there some of the Kata container folks are actually, you know, trying to standardize on model OCI. So if you're interested,
Why is this like called as standard, the CNI model specification? Is this like specific to models in that case?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so this is not just like the OCI modifications to models.
Yeah, but it ties to OCI. So the Docker folks are also working on this. So they're all working together. And so here's the OCI artifact. And also the Sixtor folks are also working on or Red Hat. I think Red Hat and Sixtor are working on some way to sign some of these models. So this is all coming together, right?
So what you showed here is like what we have as called as model car, more or less, in Red Hat and OpenShift. So this is, I think, having a standard for that would be good.
Yeah, I don't know if this is exactly model card as well, but
Well, not car without D, model car. You drive the car.
oh, I see. Yeah. Like CAR.
CAR.
Yeah. Because the model card.
It's a different thing. Yes.
Yeah,
We usually write it to differentiate. We'd write capital D at the end of model card.
Boris, chime in.
Boris,
nobody has paid the $20, man. I gotta rent you before I can fire up.
Okay, so we had a presentation today, but it was rescheduled. So K-Agent, there's some announcement around this on, I think, a KubeCon or something. So so we'll have this project present next time.
Yep.
Okay, so there's a tag reboot going on in the TOC CNCF. So all of the existing tags will go away, like tag runtime, tag network, tag observability, tag contributor strategy, etc. And then they are going to create 5 tags. Can't remember all the names, but the ones that I can remember are tag infrastructure, tag operational resiliency, tag workloads foundation. Can't remember the other 2, right? So a lot of these leads and folks in the community are going to align around these new tags. And right now there's a KubeCon freeze, so nothing's happening. So we'll see more activity maybe the week after next week, right? So because KubeCon freeze is 2 weeks. Yeah, so this working group will remain the same. I think it will more closely work with the TOC going forward, but yet to be determined. So we'll find out more in after next week. Any questions about this?
Maybe one thing to just consider, I could kind of maybe foretell where this is headed. As a group, we might want to consider maybe getting a little more structured on kind of like an outputted report. Not saying we have to do it every meeting or anything, but just kind of what's going on. Like we've talked about radars, we've talked about other things, right? Maybe there's a lighter lift where we can report, quarterly on the CNCF AI activities, just so people can start, being aware.
That's a great point. Yeah, so we might have to go into the TOC meetings every month or once in a while, like every quarter, and provide like an update, basically. So just a little, wanted to show you a little bit about so these are the new structure. They're going to have also sub-projects. So this this working group might actually become a sub-project, a long permanent project, right? So, or sub-project. And then they're going to have initiatives, and the initiatives are supposed to be short-lived, and these may actually be like a white paper, but yet to be determined, right? So, but like the stuff that we have going on right now, just we could keep on working those things, and in terms of how those get defined within the CNCF, we'll figure it out later. And then they're also going to have these community groups, where people could just kind of get together and talk about things that are interesting, right? Or they have common interests, and then they want to talk about those things. And yeah, and these are the tags, right? So there's going to be a security and compliance, operational resiliency, infrastructure, workloads foundation, and the other one is developer experience. Yeah, so
there is also an AI initiatives, right, on the top. So this group will also be part of the AI initiatives.
Yeah, so I think what they mean here is like short-lived initiatives that have like a deliverable. So the white papers could fall into this, or something specific, right? Like a piece of code, like some standard, like maybe this model spec that I show you could fall in there.
So the long-term activities of this forum will then shift to one of those tags underneath some of the tags, like workload for, I don't know, I'm just trying to understand.
Well, it could be under these tags, but I think what the TOC has in mind is more working directly with the TOC
Okay.
right now. So I think there was another slide. See, working group. So we have. See, this will be more like a sub project under the TOC, right? So.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other ones, some of the other working groups that are under these are the tag runtime working groups, but then there are other working groups under other tags, and they have different recommendations for them. Yeah, and I think the idea here is just to re-energize the community. The tag structure has been around for 5-6 years, and they just want to make changes, so people gather around these different groups and get re-energized and start contributing and start creating artifacts or deliverables. Any other questions about that?
No, I guess we'll just wait to hear where we live.
Yeah.
We're homeless.
Yeah. I think we're homeless, but we keep going. We keep pushing forward. There's an item here on thoughts on the KubeCon and AI, so I think we kind of went over this already. Anybody else has an additional item that they'd like to bring up regarding KubeCon?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Event reminders.
Yes, that would be me. You want to scroll up? Up. Yeah. So I refreshed this morning. So if you're just gonna run through them real quick, at least a few of them. So Sunday I'll be speaking in Mountain View. If you happen to be in the area, that will not be streamed. We will be talking a little bit about what goes on here in the Linux Foundation. So this talk, as a general thing, is my attempt to get people to join groups like this. Other groups, as an example, would be the IEEE, the ACM, the Internet Society, the ASME, right? On and on and on. And so part of it is to demystify what some of these groups do. I've talked to lots of students. I've talked to mid-career people, and either they haven't heard of a group, which is pretty basic marketing, or they do and they have zero idea how to join. You just go to like one of their web pages and it's just some random graphic with no information, right? So it is kind of hard unless you kind of jump in feet first. So the idea is to kind of demystify those things. So if you happen to be in the area, please join us. And if you have a group, a technical styled group, any size, could be from meetup to global operations, all of it's fair game. This is at Google visitor experience on this Sunday. The next one is the AI user conference. That's next week. I'll call them a friendly group, the San Francisco Bay ACM, of which I am the chair, will have a booth. So anyone who wants to attend, it's, in my opinion, quite affordable as far as conferences are concerned. It's like $100 or something like that. It's 3 days at beautiful Fort Mason. Most of the stuff will be streamed later. So if you can't go, you should be able to see it. I think it'll maybe even be live streamed. But nonetheless, if you happen to be there and you want to geek out on what we do here or the ACM, again, we have a booth and you're more than welcome to just come hang out with us if you like. We've also spoken at this conference in the past. These guys, if for those who don't know them, they're actually a global operation. They run hundreds of events around the world. It's called Be My App. And they also do it for companies and the like. But there's a meetup in San Francisco where it's called the AI User Group. And they have 3 themed meetups every month. They have their own facility down on Mission. One is on developers, another's on marketing, and the other is on product design. And so the idea is like, they're showing tools of those different areas, right? That's kind of the approach. So anyway, they're super active. So if you're ever looking for AI related stuff, it's not as necessarily deep as like protocol development or things like that. But if you kind of want to just see what is being built and what's being used, most of these meetings are actually very good. Okay. Additionally, next week, the Bay ACM Scalable High Performance AI Clusters Built in Security and Performance is happening. That'll be on Wednesday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday. So that's just another meeting you go to. It will also be streamed as well. There will be food if you happen to be there. And then the next one is the following, I think, a week and a half later, is defense against LLM and AGI scheming with guardrails and architecture. Greg is a very smart guy. He's been around a long time. Highly recommend watching his talk on this. Yeah, so that's in the near term. KCD Bay Area is happening soon. Ricardo, did we get accepted or not? I haven't seen anything yet. Still says pending.
I don't know. I don't think so. But
Oh,
you said we were waitlisted, right? So did you get a notification about?
No,
Okay.
it just says we're still being evaluated.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Cool. So yeah, please, if anyone has got, we have the internet. So if there's events that are being streamed of interest, please share. if there's things that people can go to, please share. Just update this list. It's hard to keep track of everything. For my part, I just try to keep at least San Francisco up to date, but please update if you have anything else.
Yeah, if folks have other events in other areas, this is very Bay Area heavy. So if you have other events in some other parts of the US or Europe or Asia or anywhere else in the world, feel free to update them. All right, so what is the next item on the agenda? Okay, that's about it. I don't think we have anything else. Anybody else has anything that they'd like to talk about? They'd like to bring up before we go back and take an extra 8 minutes or 8-minute break before we start working or doing whatever we have to do.
I think we're good. Thank you,
We're
Ricardo.
good. Thank you. Thank you all.
Hey, Adele and Ricardo, you don't get 8 minutes. Can you stay a minute?
Yeah, I guess.
Bye, everyone.
I had a quick question. I mean, I wanted to start. So I'm just getting started with the CNAI. What is the best place to start to start getting more involved into, like the white papers, and like creating issues and like working on them?
The main thing is just come to the meetings. And then if there is a particular paper or thing you're interested in, because it's not just papers, you got to find what you're interested in, and we can try to help make sure you see what we're doing. There's a lot of things, but a lot of it's sitting still just because it's volunteer effort, right? So on that dashboard, take a look at that dashboard
Yep.
link, and if something rings true to you that you would like to work on, then we'd be more than happy to help you get involved. I don't want to say we're informal, but we're pretty loose. If you find something you're interested in, we'll make sure you can participate. But we want to make sure you're interested, or else you won't do it. So we really,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Scheduling was something that is definitely something I'm interested in. I'll give that a read, the paper that you had, and then we can take it on from there.
Beautiful.
Sounds
Thanks,
great.
Ollie.
Cool. All right. See you guys. It was nice meeting you all. Bye.
Yeah, same.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's up? Well,
Dun, dun, dun. Hi, guys.
long time to see.
Yes, long time TOC.
So it's still, by the way, the recording is going. Do we want to keep that for this thing as well, or?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah,
It doesn't matter. I wasn't.
Okay. I can cut it off maybe. So
yeah. Well, if you got the power, then cut it off. But
yeah.
No deep dark secrets.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think I can stop the recording. Let me see.
Still shows recording on mine.
Oh, I don't.
For me, it's just record. Yeah.
I don't have it. Yeah.
We do have theoretically a separate Zoom for the leads meeting, but
You guys want to do a Slack huddle maybe? Yeah.
Do you have a license for that? Because it only does 2.
Oh, it only goes to 2 in the CNCF?
Well, I don't know about the CNCF, but won't it invite? Well, I guess we could try. Let's try. All right, let's go.
All right. I'm leaving.